What is up, people out there in the YouTube universe? Of course, I am DJ Cass here for another episode of C&J Wrestling Talk, and I'm joined on the hosting panel tonight by my man Jake.
Oh man, it's been an eventful week this week.
Yeah, I know. I can just tell that you're excited for us to do the show, and I considering you had one of your favorite guys take on John Cena, was it?
Yup.
Well, of course, people, we will be getting into that and a lot more as it pertains to Payback this Sunday. We're going to be breaking down match after match after match. And also later on, we'll be discussing a little bit about later on this month for WWE. It was announced last night that they will be bringing back the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. All right, then, Jay, let's go ahead and get started, man, with John Cena will take on Rusev for the United States Championship in an I Quit match. Now, what can we really say about this? Because, like, we all know John Cena's retaining that damn belt.
Yup, there's no way Rusev is winning. The day John Cena says I quit, hell will literally freeze over and the devil will be wearing a sham.
Like, is there any possibility that we could give like Rusev an actual chance, considering he is Rusev Crush?
Yeah, and he's been pretty, crushing, but just after all the stuff Cena's been through in I Quit matches, he's been in a total, I believe you said, 4.
Yep.
I don't think he's gonna say I quit.
You know, that's an interesting because we were talking about this just the other day on how like maybe it could be a situation where like what if Rusev says I quit, but what if he says it in Russian? Would it still count? I thought that was interesting for us that we talked about. And also another thing that we thought WWE could do, which will probably not happen, but maybe they could do a situation like where Lana like has the white towel, she throws it, and that way Rusev he quits via the towel. That way he doesn't say it. That way John Cena doesn't say it, and he wins the match, and all is well and good. But will it have the same effect if that would happen?
I kind of think so because Lana's basically throwing in the white towel. It is a good way of not hindering them both to saying I quit or Rusev's career basically being over in a matter of seconds. But also, no matter what, Rusev's career is boom, 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 down the drain.
So you're basically just going for John Cena, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm going for John Cena, but I just hate to see Rusev's career in like this. In a matter of 3 matches, his career is just said, done, match point.
I mean, like
Because
we said this a couple of weeks ago. The Russian chain match shouldn't have been it, but like you said, I don't know why they put the I Quit match there, but I'm still gonna try to enjoy it. I'm actually gonna try to enjoy the match. It honestly should be good, even we know the result will happen. But anyway, yeah, of course, going and moving on from one championship match to another championship match that will be happening. The WWE Tag Team Championships, the New Day. Big E and Kofi Kingston are going to take on Cesaro and Kid, the tag team titles, and it's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, how much do I really want to get into this match? Like, how badly, like, do I really want to get into this match? But we all know the situation. When it comes to WWE and 2 out of 3 falls, they always find a way to like make the first 2 falls ridiculous, and then the match really doesn't pick up till the third fall. I mean, like, when was the last time we actually had like a person win like 2 straight? But I'm actually gonna try to get into this match now. How have you liked the build for these tag teams, and who are you picking for the win?
I've liked the build quite a bit because, New Day and Cesaro and Kid have been doing some impressive tactics to piss off New Day no matter what. Like the whole New Day sucks chant coming out
I mean,
and
shoot,
really
they
pissing them
rock.
off no matter what. Yep. But the overall, feel for this match, I'm probably gonna have to go. I hate to say this, New Day, because I probably see another situation just like at Extreme Rules, with Xavier Woods getting involved, Natalia trying to be able to help Tyson Kidd coming to the rescue, and then whomp.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like I said, like remember that 2 out of 3 falls match that the Usos had with the Wyatt family last year at Battleground? That to me that was the tag team match of 2014. That can, but that can be argued for another day. But I actually do pick New Day to win this because as much as I like Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, I think that they did not take those tag team belts as seriously as they should have. I mean, they only had one title defense out of the month that they had them. And honestly, when it comes to New Day with the belts, I mean, they're just holding the belts. I mean, they're just holding the belts for a greater and new tag team to win them. And that way they'll actually have a great tag team run. Now, real quick, we're going to say more about the tag team titles. Eventually, that'll tie into the show later on. But moving on from that to a rivalry that's been brewing for weeks. Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler will be happening Sunday at Payback. Now, I cannot wait to see the match. The way that WWE has just booked these two, just like Jake, when was the last time we actually had a feud that was just straight up personal as Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler? I really can't remember the last time we've had a feud like this. But who
I
are
think the
you?
last time we
Yeah, sorry, man, but like, who are you picking for the win and the build? Describe it if you can.
the build, well, it's kind of just like it is pretty damn personal because it's not only personal in the way of basically saying, "Hey, look, I'm doing this and this and this." I think the last time we've had a personal match like this, it's been maybe Triple H versus Randy Orton when Orton
Leave the memories
did,
alone.
yes, but last time that was pretty personal because Orton RKO'd Stephanie McMahon, Triple H's wife. But this is more of a sense of pride because Sheamus, for the love of God, nobody will ever want to try and do this. Has still hasn't kissed Dolph Ziggler's arse.
You like we talked about this earlier too. Like they like Michael Cole. He just kept saying, and they keep saying it like on SmackDown. Like now, Sheamus, you still owe Dolph Ziggler something. Like think about it. You know that they would not keep saying it if they were not planning on using it. That's just the way I. That's just the way I think. Now, as far as the winner goes, I'm gonna have to go with Sheamus because honestly, Sheamus losing 2 straight to Dolph Ziggler would not make sense. And
Yeah.
honestly, as much as like I said, as much as I would like to say Dolph Ziggler, I just cannot see Sheamus losing this one. I can't. So who are
Yeah.
you
I'm
picking?
going I'm going to have to go with Sheamus too because like you said, if Dolph's second match, then the feud and the whole, rivalry, it's kind of over. No matter what, meh. It would it would kind of screw up the whole momentum of the feud, which is kind of terrible.
So okay, moving on from one rivalry to another. It was announced last night on Monday Night Raw that we will see Adrian, no, excuse me, Neville versus King Barrett. Now, think about it. The bill for this match is actually intertwined with the Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler feud because we've seen these guys in tag team matches to the King of the Ring. Like the pre-show match between Neville and Bad News Barrett wasn't bad at all. It was actually pretty damn good. I didn't watch the King of the Ring because honestly, who gives a crap about the King of the Ring? But I heard it was pretty good, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna deliver another great one at Payback Sunday. This was a toss. This was a toss up when it comes to the win. Because think about it, you have King Barrett who desperately needs his win because he's the king, and you have Neville who just showed up on the main roster, and you don't want him to get. I think this is actually the first time this will be Neville's first debut on a pay per view, like
Yep.
actually on the card, not on the pre show.
Yep.
So, how have you liked the build, my friend, and who are you picking?
I'd like the build pretty well because, you know, it's just been pretty good. It's been, the whole way through. It's been, you know, but like you said, it's a toss up. We do not want Neville to lose because face it, this is we do not want another run with Bo Dallas with Neville. Neville is good. He was the longest reigning NXT champion. He can high fly better than Jeff Hardy and land on his feet like there's nobody's tomorrow. And then to just basically try and say, oh, you know what? We're gonna make him lose every single match he's in, and then he's gonna be like Bo Dallas in Ascension, flat.
That is an interesting way. So, I guess you're going with Barrett for the win.
I'm going with I'm going with Neville because Barrett,
What?
yes, Barrett, yes, is king, but he's won tag team matches. He can win
But I mean,
singles
he is the
matches.
most
Nev-
irrelevant king since Sheamus.
yes, that is the whole that yes, he is. And that is kind of like a point to the whole King of the Ring match. It's been irrelevant since since King Booker. King Booker was, I
No, no,
believe, the
no, no,
last.
no. King Booker was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he was the last kind of good king. From then on, with Sheamus and Barrett, it was done. It was all downhill. They should have left it alone. But you obviously think Neville's just gonna come here, win one match, and then it's instantly lose. Okay, somehow you have a title match, lose.
Yeah, that's definitely true. All right, then moving on from that match, this is probably gonna happen, so we're gonna go ahead and mention it, Jake. I know we said we're gonna mention it since it wasn't announced, but you know they got announced it, so we might as well just talk about it. Bray
Yep.
Wyatt versus Ryback. Now, Jake, we said that we had to give this feud a chance. We had to let it develop. We had to let it progress. Okay, it's been 3 weeks, and I don't care.
Neither do
I don't
I.
care.
Because they just basically threw Ryback and Bray Wyatt since they lost a lot of their matches. The whole authority thing was done with Ryback. There was nothing else for them to do. Because, one, why would Ryback feud against Bray Wyatt? They hadn't met at all through the years of Bray Wyatt coming to WWE from NXT.
I
And
mean, here's the thing. Like, forget that. I mean, like Bray Wyatt. I mean, you talk about like feuding with the Undertaker to feuding with Ryback, and because I mean, Jake, let's face it. Like, both Bray Wyatt and Ryback have been booked so odd since they've arrived here in WWE. It's like, remember when Ryback first started? He got to work with guys like CM Punk and John Cena. When you got with Bray Wyatt, he got to work with guys like Cena, Bryan, Undertaker, and I'm actually gonna throw him in Big Show. And it's like it's just hard for me to get into this feud because it's like it's not a good combination. It's like neither guy has something that the other wants, and it's like both guys. Here's the thing: like, who goes over in this feud? That's another thing. It's like when we have feuds, one person always has to go over the other. That's the way this business works. I just don't see who can actually go over and who get benefit. But I actually tell you, there was backstage news that Bray Wyatt will possibly be turning babyface.
now I haven't heard that since everybody was into the whole Firefly situation.
Mm.
But I really have nothing to say about this feud because like you said, if they had if they maybe had when Bray Wyatt and you know like it's kind of difficult
Yeah,
because
yeah, you see,
when
like you see
Ryback,
the way that you're talking right now, which means we have to move on. I apologize. That means we have to go because we do not care. Now, moving on from that match to another, this match is actually rumored a tag team match between the Bella Twins and Naomi and Tamina. Now, why the title is not going to be on the line? Honestly, I kind of like the fact that the title's down the line because think about it. It's like we run into these situations like where just because this person is feuding with that person and they have a championship, that means this person is now automatically getting a title shot. I like how the way that this feud has actually been okay for what it's worth. I still don't like the fact of how Tamina's been put in this type of situation. Like she's always been the bodyguard. She's always been watching somebody's back. Like she's never really had that run, and it's pissing me off. Like WWE, what are you doing with Tamina? Like, give her a proper run. That is all I want.
yep, I mean this is the daughter of, I mean, well, basically the niece of Jimmy the Superfly Snooker. This was a man that flew off the top of a steel cage. He was, a great, great legend. And basically, you're saying to his niece, "Hey, your uncle was a great legend. However, you're not good enough to be Divas champion."
I mean, like WWE probably has their reasons for not giving Tamina that proper run, but like I said, if this match does happen, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Bella Twins for the win because obviously they turned babyface for no strange reason and they decided to like be all good again, even though we all know that this was not the way it was supposed to go. Thanks to Total Divas.
Yep. I think I'm gonna have to go the opposite way. I'm going with Tamina and Naomi.
Really?
Yep. Because the whole, how
Uh,
can I say this?
like maybe I could try it. Maybe you think like if Naomi kind of pins the champion that way, that would transition to the next pay per view to the championship match.
Possibly. And then, JBL did bring up a good point. It doesn't matter if Tamina is a bodyguard, no matter what. When the Bella twins do show up, they're always in a pair. Breeze with Nikki with Bree, they're always one on one against ringside. And he did make an interesting point that whenever somebody needs to face the Divas, they need to have a person to walk
Yeah, that's definitely a good point you made.
and
Now,
they have a spot with Twin Magic.
yeah, that's definitely a good point you made. All right, now we can finally get to the good part. The main event for Payback. It will be Seth Rollins, my man, the future of the WWE, defending his title in a fatal four-way match against Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton.
I think you've got that twisted around. I think it's supposed to be Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose.
No, no, no. You know why? It's like WWE. They almost had it. They almost had it. Like, okay, here's the thing. I'm actually gonna admit
They
this, Jake.
almost had the Shield triple threat match.
Jake, listen. I'm actually gonna admit this. I don't want that match to happen at Payback. I didn't want it to. That needs to be saved for WrestleMania, but we will get there when we get there. But yeah, this is gonna be the Fatal Four Way, of course. Now, the way that all four of these guys have been booked, like, let me ask you this question. Honestly, the person who has been booked the best out of everybody in this match has been Dean Ambrose, of all people. Do I have to remind you that he had just recently broke a losing streak for not winning a singles match on pay per view, and now he is in the main event of Payback for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But the sad part about this is we all know he's only there just to take the pin for Rollins because we know Reigns can't get pinned, Orton can't get pinned for some reason, and I'm picking Rollins for the win. So, Jay, who are you picking for the win, and how have you liked the way that this match has been played about?
I think the match has been played about pretty interestingly because we all expected, a triple threat match according to, some sources. And when we got a fatal four way, it was kind of kind of shocking. But the build for this match has been okay, and it's been pretty good, especially with the whole new stipulation that was added.
Oh yes, oh yeah. Just to mention people, Triple H. By the way, Triple H was great in that opening segment last night. The way he was just like ordering around Seth Rollins and Kane. But yeah, he said if Seth Rollins does not walk out with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, then Kane is fired. Now, he actually said that his services may no longer be required. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, if Rollins doesn't walk out, then Kane is gone. Does this mean that we will crown a new champion Sunday?
I don't think so because you're actually just gonna give Seth Rollins the title for about what almost 2 months and then have it taken away from him that easily. And you actually think, remember, Fatal Four Way and Triple Threat rules include no disqualifications, and you actually think Kane is just gonna sit back, let all his WWE career end on a pinfall of somebody else, not even the champion? No. The way I see it is Kane's probably gonna come out, choke slam some people, Reigns spears Kane, Ambrose hits him with dirty deeds, and then Rollins hits the curb stomp.
That's a good point. The way and by the way, people, we're actually gonna get Roman Reigns versus Kane on SmackDown for some reason. I don't know why they keep doing that, but anyway, yeah. I don't pick like I said, I pick Rollins because like I don't know if you heard this, but it's rumored that we may get Rollins and Lesnar at SummerSlam.
If we get Rollins and Lesnar at SummerSlam, this is basically a beast incarnate, a demon going up against a tumbling baby.
I'm not gonna call Seth Rollins that. I mean, like I said, we will get there when we get there. But yeah, back to Payback. Now, yeah, the Fatal Four Way. I like the way the Fatal Four Way was played out too. Like I said, it came out of nowhere. Like it gave us that like surprise factor. Like yeah, it came from a triple threat. Now it's a Fatal Four Way. But is it safe to say that if plans would have originally gone for Roman Reigns to actually win the belt at WrestleMania, that Randy Orton would be involved in the title picture somehow?
I think so because, you know, there's only a couple top guys in the WWE by WWE Championship standards.
I
So,
mean, like,
e-
honestly, like, I gotta disagree with you, man, because it's like, it think to me, it just seemed like they had the main event of Payback already set for a triple threat. I'm just thinking, like, if plans would have originally gone for Roman Reigns to win the belt, and thank God he didn't, that we would have had the Shield triple threat match Sunday. Because now, think about it. Now Orton, it's kind of like he's just there because you have all three former members of the Shield in that match, and you just okay. You see the Shield, and then you see Randy Orton, and it's like what? That there's something wrong with that picture. But like I said, the Fatal Four Way, it's actually going to be a really good match. I want to see it. I'm just saying that I don't think he would have been involved in this scenario if Roman Reigns would have won the belt.
yeah, I think I don't think that would have been the type of scenario.
So who do you have going picking the who you pick for the win?
I pick Seth Rollins because a lot of people, might may not like him having the championship and all this crap, but really, you're just gonna give the guy the championship for almost 2 months and then instantly lose it. This is a guy that was smart enough to cash it in at WrestleMania to make a triple threat match.
Yeah, Seth, shut up. Yeah, that was funny to me. Yeah, people. That's it for our Actually, real quick, Jake. Now, the way the Payback pay per view is set up, will this be a good pay per view?
I think so. I think so. My rating, my rating before I see the pay-per-view, I give it a solid C plus
Wow,
because
a C
there are
plus,
there are
really?
some good matches, but I want, but the only thing is I would like to see how these matches play out because if they're handled right and they're played out, executed willly, then that also would be a good start. But mainly, I'm giving it a C plus because we lost points about the whole I Quit match with Cena.
I mean, like you're just basing it on one match. I'm talking like the entire pay per view in general. Like honestly, even with the Iquin match, I think this will be a very decent pay per view. Because remember, you know what we got coming up next Wednesday.
Yup.
Yep. And people, if you don't know what we're talking about NXT's got to have on their specials. NXT Takeover Unstoppable. Now, we run into situations like this, Jake, where people will say that the NXT special was better than the pay per view that same week itself. So that's why I asked that question because that was kind of concerning to me because that kind of like makes the people like think like, yeah, the main roster they need to step up.
Yup.
Yeah,
And personally, I cannot wait until NXT Takeover Unstoppable, but hopefully WWE Payback and NXT Unstoppable will not collide with each other, you know, enough to kind of put NXT over. Because everybody says NXT is better than WWE main roster no matter what. I'm sticking with NXT. Yes, NXT does have some good developing storylines, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but NXT is a good show, but it's almost like it's the younger version of WWE before everything was said and done. Because this whole developing storyline with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, or
oh,
me,
oh yeah,
me and DJ
yeah,
Cass knows
people.
us.
Yeah, people. We're actually going to be doing a review for NXT Unstoppable, so we'll be on the show Wednesday night. But yeah, that's it for our Payback 2015 preview. Now we actually want to take a little bit of time to talk about the pay per view that we're going to get the second on May the 30th, May 31st. It will be WWE Elimination Chamber. Now, I love the Elimination Chamber pay per view. I actually like the concept because like even like when it was first concept back in 2010 as a pay per view, I still liked it because it intertwined with like the road to WrestleMania because that's what the match. That's why I like that match because it intertwined with the road to WrestleMania. They did away with it this year for some reason because they decided to randomly just make a Fastlane pay per view. Jake, I told you before, they need to take the Fastlane out and put the Elimination Chamber back in because like the Elimination Chamber has
Yep.
served purpose throughout the years, and people like one of the matches that were confirmed. We will have two Elimination Chamber matches. One will be for the WWE Tag Team titles. We will talk about that in length, and the one for the vacant Intercontinental Championship. Now, these are the guys who I have in the tag team title match in the Elimination Chamber. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, the primetime players, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, the New Day, um, I I don't want the Ascension in. I can tell you after last night, I don't want to see the Ascension anywhere near the tag team titles.
Nope.
But man, like, do you like the announcement that the Elimination Chamber is back? And what do you think of the two matches we got so far?
I thought the Elimination Chamber coming back was very special announcement saying I've seen the first Elimination Chamber match, which was oh man. If you haven't seen that first one, you need to see it. That was the beginning of a whole new era and extreme matches for WWE. But the whole announcement for the tag team championships inside the Elimination Chamber was also a shock to me because that's the first. This is the first ever almost modded Elimination Chamber match. Because if you don't remember the Elimination Chamber we had at ECW's December to Dismember,
Oh
that
yeah,
had
that was a good one.
weapons in it. Yep, that had weapons in it.
If you think about it, if you look back at that match, honestly, they only had one weapon in each pod, and the weapons were barely used.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Elimination Chamber does serve purpose. Anyway, you want to add any other notes before we head off air?
Let's just hope by this time next year, the Elimination Chamber is going to play a more important role in WWE than being in the archives as another almost unsettled match.
Yeah, sure. Well, people, I'm afraid that is it for this edition of C&J Wrestling Talk. Of course, like I said, we'll be back next Wednesday for our NXT Takeover Unstoppable review. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm DJ Cash, my man Jake. We'll see you around.